Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchant here with your outlook for January 12th, 2018. For your Friday, we're going to have rain that's going to be continuing from what has been already falling overnight. And this will mainly just be showers today for the most part. We'll have a steadier period at times here and there. So we'll just call it periods of rain today. But I don't want to give you the idea like it's going to be a total deluge this entire day. It's just going to have periods of steadier rain. You might let up for a little bit. And then you have another period coming in later in the day or different times during the day. So that's what's good. What's the deal for today? This is all moisture that's running out ahead of the main system, which is down here. It should be down here by early afternoon today, and that is going to be moving up in this direction like this, and it's going to be giving us more rain in the overnight hours and in a wintry mess behind it as the system starts to pass. You see all this on the northwest side here. This is all ready to start moving down toward the southeast once this low gets past the region. So we'll get into that in a second. Okay. First, we got to deal with what we have today. Again, this is starting off at 5 o'clock in the morning in the simulated radar. Just some shower activity for mainly the interior locations. You can see down south and east. Our southeast areas aren't really getting too much here at this point. But then throughout the day, you just have just occasional showers and coming in different waves, and it doesn't really. It might stop for a little bit and start up again. This is going to 10 o'clock in the morning now. Here's a look at noon. Here's a look at the afternoon. This is mid-afternoon. It did look like there's going to be a longer break of maybe 8 to 10 hours in between this first wave and the second one. That window is now, or that gap is now narrowed because the latest NAM that I'm showing you here is a 3-kilometer NAM is now showing you another wave coming through of precipitation out ahead of the main system. This is the middle of the afternoon at 3 p.m. So we're looking for some areas to shut off by then and give us a long break, but does not no longer looks to be the case. Here's 4, 5, 6. So this goes up to about dinner time. Then we start winding down a little bit. Here's 7, 8. Say you get a lull in here. Here's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You get this little break in between here. This is a break in the action. Off to the southwest, though, is the next batch of precipitation that's going to come in later in the evening on Friday, heading into or up near midnight. We'll get back to this. We'll go back to the globals, give you the big overview picture again, and go forward from this picture to this is the evening hours on Friday. You can see the low is now moving over eastern West Virginia at this point. Continuing 6 hours later, the overnight hours, it is going to go across Pennsylvania here and continue up in this direction right towards southeastern New England. But you can see just northwest of this low is a lot of cold air ready to sneak down here because there's an Arctic front that's pushing southeast, and as soon as this thing passes, it's going to really come crashing in fairly quickly. Okay. So the first transition when you have rain ongoing, and temperatures today, they're going to be in the 60s in many locations. Many locations are going to be in the 60s today, and you're going to go all the way down in a matter of hours, all the way down to freezing. That's going to take one heck of an Arctic front, and that is one heck of an Arctic front to be able to push those kind of temperatures that quickly. So we're going to see a rapid drop in temperatures, and that's going to go right into early Saturday morning. You can see that here, maybe ending as sleet as far south and east as places like northwest New Jersey down to the Lehigh Valley, and maybe into parts of the lower Susquehanna Valley, even getting us some snow. I don't think it gets to I-95. Do not think it happens. I think the precipitation will end before that happens. So we did stop our map short of the I-95 corridor. I did not extend that mix of sleet or change over to sleet at the end all the way down that far. There actually will be a change of sleet further in the interior and then snow as you get out here by State College and Williamsport. And maybe an extended period of icing over the Poconos. That's our current projection. I don't see any reason to change that right now. But here's back to the simulated radar. Here's a look at late evening on Friday. You can see the rain moving in here again. Here's midnight. Here's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You can see a very distinct line at 2 o'clock in the morning now of where the rain snow line is. Here's where the Arctic front is. Everything south and east of that is, of course, above freezing, so this is all rain and some embedded heavy rain with that. To the northwest side, just in the immediate northwest, you might have a little bit of freezing rain initially. I don't think that lasts long. Any freezing rain you get anywhere will not last very long. It's going to be very temporary. And then the predominant precipitation type in the transition is going to be sleet. You can see that here in the pink. And then behind it is snow. All this is going to keep working. These different layers of precipitation types as the atmosphere gets colder. Will start to change over from northwest to southeast as this front continues south. But it's going to go in that order. Rain to brief freezing rain to an extended period of sleet and then snow behind it. But the snow is only going to get so far. I'll show you that here in a second. Now, if this precipitation was going to continue past early morning Saturday, we'd have issues further south and east. But that's not going to be the case. So here's a look at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. You can see that line starting to advance down to the southeast now. And you're getting more sleet here in northeastern Pennsylvania, some freezing rain on the leading edge. Still rain south and east, Lehigh Valley down to Reading and Lancaster and back to Harrisburg. You're still rain at this point. And this is at 4 o'clock in the morning. But look what's happening. Precipitation is starting to end to our south. So there's not much left after this. Here's 5. Here's 6. And you see it's starting to end here. 6 o'clock in the morning. And the freezing line is just now getting to the northern parts of the Lehigh Valley down here into Lancaster. Lancaster is now getting below freezing, but the problem is there's no precipitation left. Well, that's not a problem. You're going to say you're going to miss out on the frozen precipitation because of that, because the precipitation is ending. Okay, so here's 7, and there's 10. Everything's gone. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty quick in and out. By 7 a.m., most areas are done. I say everywhere in the coverage area is probably done by 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Done. Here is the next frame after we just showed you is 10. You don't see anything left. Okay, so sometime between 7 and 10, but I'm going to say closer to 8. Everything's probably going to be done here on Saturday morning. The problem is now you have all this water that fell overnight, standing water. Everything's wet. Anything that is wet and is going to rapidly freeze as this line, which you see right here, this purple line. This is the 32-degree line. As soon as you get below 32, you're going to get a rapid freeze. We go from this at 7 a.m. to all the way down to near the coast by 10 a.m. Everywhere is below freezing, so that is a rapid freeze. That's going to lead to black ice, a lot of accidents, people that are not aware, didn't follow my videos, or maybe not the advice of the National Weather Service, didn't watch TV that maybe somebody was saying on TV. This is important, and these are things that are going to take people by surprise. They're driving along, the roads are wet, no big deal, and then next thing you know, they hit ice. It just suddenly drops below 32. Let's say they're heading west on 78 from Allentown and heading out toward Harrisburg, and it already dropped to below 32 here. Maybe it didn't get here yet. Well, you get halfway there, and boom, skating rink, accidents, pileups. Just please be careful. You're going to be driving early Saturday morning until they get these roads taken care of. It's a very dangerous situation with black ice. I cannot emphasize that enough. But the wintry side of this is not going to be a big deal, except if you're going to be across the Poconos, maybe northeast PA, north central PA. I think you're going to have an area there where we're going to have accumulating snow. And then in northeastern Pennsylvania, I think it's mostly sleet there, but maybe ending is a little bit of snow briefly at the end there, too, with some minor accumulations. Okay, so then that passes, and we are fine for the playoff games in both Philadelphia and Foxborough. I don't think you have any issues there with any precipitation left over either. So there's some speculation maybe we have some ice and sleet and all that nonsense during the game. With the Titans and Patriots, not going to happen. Eagles game, same thing. Cold, a lot colder than we thought maybe a couple days ago. It's going to be cold for this game, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any precipitation to deal with, so that's a good thing for the Falcons-Eagles game at the link at 4:35. I think the Foxborough game is 8:15, I'm pretty sure. But either way, clear there too. The rest of the week, weekend is going to be cold, but mostly sunny Sunday and Monday. Now we're going to be watching this little system coming in here, diving in from, it's actually part of an upper level low, a cutoff low, that's sitting over the eastern Great Lakes, and that could mean for some wintry implications for our area, whether or not just a few snow showers or that something a little bit more remains to be seen. I know some models were hinting at something more here, but they keep going back and forth between something just very minor and snow showery, like not really map worthy. Maybe some coating to an inch or two type things, and then you have a run that something really blows up along the coast here, and you get 3 to 6, 4 to 8, 6 to 12. Both possible. It's going to depend on what this upper level low does, this cutoff low. A lot of time to look at this yet. I wouldn't get too excited just yet about Tuesday. This is Monday night, Tuesday. We're just going to give it some time and see what happens. But there's something that's going to happen here on Tuesday, but it could just end up being just a few snow showers and insignificant. So don't get excited yet. If there's something there, we'll let you know in a couple days. Otherwise, it stays cold this entire week until Thursday. We start to moderate and rebound a little bit once we get to Friday. But that'll be the first day out of the freezer. It looks like probably below freezing in most areas for most of this upcoming week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for January 12th, 2018. Have a great Friday.